In the immortal words of the great Monty Don, hello, and welcome to Pop-Up TV presents How Did We, Who Do We Hate Today? A very short series of short films looking at the making of my new record, Who Do We Hate Today? In this series there'll be an episode on the songs, an episode on the recording of those songs, possibly some performance in there somewhere, an episode hopefully presented by Mark Hollington about the marketing of the record, and in this first episode I'm going to have a little look at the artwork of the album. When you reach a certain age, open brackets my age, close brackets, there's a point when you realise that you're happier with yourself as a cartoon character, and once somebody has drawn you as a cartoon character, in this case Mark Reynolds in 3 different versions of a cartoon character on 2 books and my last album Pop-Up Jim Bob, you realise that you may never have to look at the harsh reality of your own face ever again. So when it came to doing the artwork for this album, it was obvious to me that we should ask Mark Reynolds again if he would fancy having a go. In 1979, Derek Bishton, Brian Homer and John Reardon set up a photography studio on a street in Handsworth, and passers-by were invited to take photos of themselves using they were given the camera's shutter release, and took photos of themselves. So there were some great photos of kids and old ladies out shopping and various stuff like that. And when I saw those photos, I thought, maybe we could copy that idea. No, maybe we could sort of do a version of that idea in cartoon form, with me in a picture, as though it had taken place on a street where I was there and had my photo taken with some old ladies and some kids, and as it turned out, a clown and an elephant and a dog and a baby and that kind of stuff. And we'd use each of those photos for one side or the back or the inside of whatever format of the album was, with the CD or the vinyl, a bit like we did with Pop-Up Jim Bob, and maybe even we'd have enough for a calendar again. And so that's basically what we suggested to Mark Reynolds, and he went away and did a load of work, and he came back with some pictures of me with, like I say, with some old ladies. I think we started with the old ladies first, concentrated on that for a while to see where we were going with that, and experimented with different colours and different styles and backgrounds, and eventually reverted back to the original 1979 photography idea and did them all in black and white, which is easier than it sounds. So, well, for easy for me, difficult for Mark. That's what we did, and then after that we had all these individual photos, but then put them all together just to see what it would look like, and it reminded me of the inside cover of the film version of the Quadrophenia soundtrack, and the one with like the 4 Phil Danielses and Sting and Toyah and the cast of the bill and all the other mods, and always like that sleeve. And so we sort of, I suppose, inspired by that, went with that as the idea for the front, and had different sort of lineups for the CD and for the vinyl, and then we sort of had to decide where to put the title and my name, because we didn't want to spoil Mark's great illustrations by slapping my name on it, and we tried neon signs and painting on the wall behind us and stuff like that, and in the end went for a fairly simple Pop-Up Jim Bob style thing. And then we debated where that title should be, how high up the front cover should it be, and I wanted it higher up than Mark Hollington wanted it, so there was a sort of back and forth with that, moving it up and down, up and down, up and down, until we reached some sort of compromise, and that's where it ended up. So that's pretty much how the artwork for Who Do We Hate Today was created. It took a long time. A lot of work for Mark Reynolds. A big project for him to take on, and so yeah, big kudos to him. And so yeah, that's it. So that's the end of this little film thing. And yeah, join us again for probably do the songs next, I think, unless we can tie Mark down and do not tie down, literally tie him up and do a marketing episode or something, whatever happens first. So yeah, thanks for listening and watching, and excuse my croaky voice and my bunged up nose. Yeah, so in the immortal words of Monty Don, here's a few jobs for you to be getting on with in the garden this weekend.